Love and Rockets, why this unusual name?
Well, it was taken from a sort of adult comic book that comes out of Los Angeles. I don't know, it just seemed to sound right, really. Just had the right tone for the group. It's like it had a ring to it, you know. Simple as that, really.
Yeah. You formed part of the band Bauhaus once upon a time. Why does it have to be Love and Rockets now? Whatever happened to Bauhaus?
It's a long story.
Yeah. What's the difference then between Love and Rockets and Bauhaus and Tones on Tail that you were also members of?
Well, in an obvious way, there's three of us, whereas there was four in Bauhaus.
Musically,
I think it's more varied. There are more varied styles of music within Love and Rockets, and we have twin vocals as opposed to a lead singer.
I think with Bauhaus, at the time we thought that it was very open-ended, and looking back on it, really we were quite restricted, really.
Do you remember the blackest moment, those blackest thoughts that rush? Do you remember too much time? Too much time was mine. Oh, these days. Oh, they're all mine. Do you recall when you walk, talk to yourself in the street?
the music is rather sort of 60ish, or for me Beatlesque even. Would you agree with that?
Well, they're in there. They're in that melting pot, but along with a lot of other influences. Yeah.
And you become more optimistic as far as I can make out.
Well, there was a slight optimism with Bauhaus if you dig deeply in a few of the songs, but I think generally we're more optimistic and
there is a melancholic side to the group, but it's just I think we have a much broader range to what we're doing. It's broader scope.
So why is there a melancholic side to the group? Is this an end in itself, or are you melancholic people?
We have our moments like anybody else, you know. I think a lot of the most beautiful music is very melancholy. There's something very poignant about it. Something central to the human condition. You know. Got a few jokes in there as well, though.
Your autumn, your winter, your winter time. And do you recall
on zany lyrics. There's one song where on the record sleeve, which looks like this, the album Earth, Sun, Moon, where you've even written there that the words are by accident. Is this true?
In that's the case of that particular song.
Yeah,
yes.
Welcome Tomorrow.
Yes, because when we turned up at our rehearsal room, and Danny had a sheet of lyrics and I had a sheet of lyrics, and what we did was just to, as an idea, as an experiment, for me to sing the first line of my words, and then he sang the next line from his words, and then I did my next line, and then he did his next line, and it just happened by accident. That song is Welcome Tomorrow, and it just seemed to work, and there were connections within those lines, so that's why it was by accident.
If you want, give me because heaven should be mine.
It's so hard to believe that the punk era seems to have left its marks on you.
Why is that hard to believe?
Well, the music is sort of for me anyway, beyond that. It's just not reminiscent of punk.
Well, there's the essence of what we are doing, the spirit, is very much to do with the punk spirit, definitely.
Can you elaborate on that?
It's to do with being true and
Just expressive, just self-expressive and visual as
spirit of rock
possible.
and roll. It's just as in the first Elvis records and the first Jerry Lee Lewis records. It's just that spirit, that simplicity and heart.
I think we got diverted along the way a couple of times, but I think even more so now with sort of re-evaluating that side of things.
You cannot go against nature, because when you do, go against nature, it's part of nature too. Our little lives get complicated. It's a simple thing, simple as a flower, and that's a complicated thing.
Are you all getting into Buddhism or this yin and yang thing?
Well, I mean, we're not. I find a lot of truth in Buddhism, yeah. But it's not just that, I mean, there's truth in a lot of religions, as they wouldn't be around for as long as they have been. Don't really identify ourselves with any particular doctrine, but just try and be as open-minded as we can, and we just reflect our interests and enthusiasms at the moment. I mean, it is more Jerry Lee Lewis than Buddha.
No new tale to tell. No new tale to tell. No new tale to tell. My world is your world. People like to hear their names. I'm no exception.
the Bubble Men are aliens from another planet. The planet is called the planet Girl. They are ambassadors of peace, and they've come to rid the world of prejudice and flared trousers. And they've tended to tag on with us for some reason, we don't know why. And they sometimes appear at our concerts. And they've got big round heads and big round bodies with stripes on them. And they're very sorted aliens. And you'll be hearing more about them in the future, I'm sure.
Quite Buddha-like in their general countenance and disposition.
Yeah.
Sounds fascinating. We'll look forward to it.
Okay. Thank you.
No new tale to tell. 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 In your town, it's a long way up. When you're up, it's a long way down. It's all the same thing. No new tale to tell. It's all the same thing. No new tale to tell. It's all the same thing. No new tale to tell. It's all the same thing. No new tale to tell. It's all the same thing. No new tale to tell. It's all the same thing. No new tale to tell. It's all the same thing. No new tale to tell. It's all the same thing. No new tale to tell.